let's look in detail at some of the key players. We're going to focus on Manchester United, Richie, first of all. OK, the fact that they've named an unchanged team for the first time in 10 months, significant. The defence is the same, and they have had so many problems at the back last season and this. Some of their defending has been less than what you would expect.
A lot less than what you'd expect of a Jose Mourinho team, certainly in his peak of his powers. When he first came to England, remember, whatever you thought about his style of football or how effective it was, they were always well set up. It was difficult to break them down. This is a free kick. This is against Valencia in the last game. Into the centre forward's feet, relatively unchallenged. Look how little resistance Valencia face. All of a sudden, Manchester United are back defending their 6-yard box. They had a lot of trouble down on the left-hand side. I'm going to stop it here just to see how they're set up. You'd normally be happy enough, there's enough players around there. You would have challenged the Valencia players to come up with something clever to be able to play their way out of trouble there. And just keep an eye on Pogba here. In a moment, there's so much talk about him and about his defensive instincts. He has absolutely no inclination at all that Rodrigo there is potentially the danger man. We'll play it on here and see how little Valencia have to do to get these 3 or 4 players out of the game. Pogba now realises that Rodrigo is in a position to do something. He's too late. David De Gea is called upon to make a save. But it's very, very easy to get in behind them, to play the high line on this night. Guedes here, if he had a better night in front of goal, he could have come away with 2 or 3 goals himself. Again, Man United are back in their 6-yard box defending, and it's not just a formation, it's not just whether they play 3 at the back or 4 at the back or what instructions Mourinho gives. I think it's sometimes players have got to stand up and actually defend and play with their instincts. Here, Guedes is on the edge of the box, 3 players stand off. Smalling stands off from 3 yards, puts his hand behind his back, and here United are in an advanced position. This should not happen. Look how quickly they break, and look at the position United now face. 10 yards into the opposition half, they left Guedes free, and they're very fortunate with his touch. Pogba arrives late as if he had the situation under control all along, so they got away with it. This is last season's Champions League. From a set piece where they've been vulnerable at the weekend, they conceded a goal from a corner kick against Young Boys earlier in the group. Here again, they were very, very lucky to get away with that one there. So he has a lot of problems to deal with at the club, a lot of coaching decisions he has to make to improve that United defence, because it's been poor and consistently poor for quite some time now. And
Liam, you know, like we have touched on this issue before. OK, he didn't get the extra defender he wanted in the summer when the transfer window was open. He has to stick with what he's got until January if they are going to back him financially and if he's still there. But like, why isn't he able to improve the players in that defence? Because it doesn't seem like they are improving.
Well, that's the mystery, isn't it? Because as Richie said, Mourinho is well known for his defensive attributes, you know, getting a team set up. And I think, you know, having looked at that side that started the game against Valencia, Sanchez is gone now. I know he's injured, but is he?
Yeah, he's out anyway.
You know, and they've got Rashford coming in. They've got Martial coming in now. Mourinho's been openly critical of these players, but they're in the team now. So I think there's been a U-turn. Mata's in the team. He was out of favour. And he's kind of gone away from the likes of Herrera, who is more defensive-minded in midfield. And he's gone for maybe what the players are looking for, is to play a much more attacking style. And perhaps he's, because of the way things were getting difficult for him, perhaps it's player power and he's listening to the players and he's gone for this more offensive style.
OK. Interesting.